of Invest in Your Future. So we are about to get started. I really wanted to, before we get the show started, I really want to say thank you for all the people that we've been reaching out to in China and Chechnya and Sierra Leone and all the other places that they might not know me, but they're reaching out and they're showing love by commenting, subscribing, liking, asking questions. And it's really nice to hear that from people. And also, it's good to hear that people are implementing what we teach them and they're seeing results. So it's always love to hear that. It's always great to hear that. And I see you on Facebook Live, I see you on Instagram Live, and I see you on YouTube Live. And we get all the comments, we get all the questions, we get all the likes and everything. So don't be afraid to hit that like button, hit that subscribe button, or hit that that just notification or a heart, whatever you want to do. It's always good to reach out to our audience and reach out from my view is if I'm reaching somebody and they reach out to me, I always feel like that's just, they took time out of their day. So I take time out of my day to give content like we do today. And so we're about to get this show started. And let me get the podcast ready here. Let me see here. Welcome back to another episode of Invest in Your Future. I'm your host, Kenny, CEO of Kirunda Group Corporation, or you can call me Coach Kenny. I want to thank you guys for joining me on Facebook, on Instagram, on YouTube Live, or on the podcast. I want to thank you guys for joining me. I appreciate the questions. I appreciate the comments. I appreciate the likes. Thank you for reaching out to me. I always feel like, if someone reaches out to me, I always feel like I want to reach out back to them because they took time out of their day to reach out to me. So I always want to kind of, show that respect and give it back to them also. If you have questions, please reach out to us, info@kirundagroup.com. That's info@kirundagroup.com. Or find us at kirundagroup.com specifically and reach out to us. We're all on all the social media platforms. We're on Facebook. We're on Instagram. We're on YouTube. We're on Twitter. Just find our tag, either Kirunda Group or find Invest in Your Future and reach out to us. We always appreciate that. Before we get the show started, I want to just put out an announcement again. We're having the first Invest in Your Future financial seminar. It's going to be June 30th. It's a Sunday from 4 p.m. till 7 p.m. The address is 29 East Street. That's Winchester, Massachusetts. 29 East Street, Winchester, Massachusetts. You can find us on eventbrite.com. Just search Invest in Your Future. You'll find the tickets are for sale. Or you can also reach out to us on, if you want to do Cash Up, 617-899-7498. That's again, 617-899-7498. This event is going to be huge. It's going to be a big seminar. I'm going to be hosting. I'm going to be teaching you guys on how to fix your credit and how to handle your finances, and also how to start investing and learn the tricks, the trade that I use to go from zero to millions. So that's the name of the seminar, Zero to Millions in Assets. So you guys can be successful also. I'm always reaching out to people to try to make them successful. That's why we put out this seminar. That's why we put out these YouTube videos and the Facebook Lives and the Instagram Lives, because I want you to be successful also. You can't hog everything. So I always want to share and I always want to put out all the information I can so people can use that information to go after whatever they're going after. Now, it doesn't have to be real estate, but for me, that's my specialty is real estate. We'll also be having a boot camp coming up soon. I'll let you know about that coming up. But right now we're doing that seminar. It's June 30th, 4 to 7, 29 East Street, Winchester, Mass. Find us on Eventbrite. Just search Invest in Your Future and buy a ticket. Ticket's $30. It's going to be the best investment you ever made. There's going to be about 200 people there. And you're going to have the chance to ask me all the questions you can ask in terms of credit, in terms of finances, in terms of investments, in terms of how to get started, how to start from zero. If you have a couple $100 to a couple $1,000 to a couple, $100,000, I can show you all the steps you need to get into a next level. So, like I said, reach out to us. We're on Eventbrite. There's going to be a link in every area that you listen to this. If you're listening to a podcast, there'll be a link somewhere on the bottom, or the first comment will be a link to the Eventbrite, so you can go there and purchase tickets. Or if you're on YouTube, if you're on Facebook, there'll be a link there also. Just find us and reach out to us, and we'd love to have you at that seminar. And I'd love to meet you guys. So please come out, bring friends, bring family, bring anybody that you think will need help, or anybody that's struggling with their finances. Reach out to us on that eventbrite.com/invest in your future. Zero to millions. I want to teach everyone I can on how I did it and how they can do it themselves. How can they can fix their credit? How can they handle their finances? How they can get out of that trap or get out of that rat race and start investing into assets that can make them money every single month, so they don't have to work. So like I said, again, eventbrite.com/invest in your future. Find us. I can't wait to see you guys there. Now, today we're going to be discussing a topic that a lot of people don't take serious. A lot of people brush off on the side, and that is accountability. Accountability. If you really think about it, humans are not born to be accountable. Animals are not born to be accountable. And we're animals. If you really want to put it down to basics, we're animals. Any animal that you think of is not born to be accountable. It's a skill that you have to acquire, a skill that you have to learn, or a skill that you have to cultivate for your own. Now, why is it very important to be accountable? Accountable leads to success. Let me repeat that. Being accountable leads to success. Now, you'd wonder, why would you need to be accountable to be successful? That's a great question to ask. And this is why it's very important. By nature, since we're not born to be accountable, you're not born to be successful. Doesn't matter what field or what subject you're studying. You're not born to be accountable, so you're not born to be successful. Now, accountability, by simple definition, I always want to keep things very simple for people to understand. Being accountable is just having organized thoughts. Think about that. Organized thoughts. Not having random thoughts, but having organized thoughts. Now, I'm going to put it in a simple example in terms of how people avoid accountability by all measures, if they could, they'd avoid all accountability. If a kid spills some milk, the first thing he wants to do is not take accountability and say, you know what, I spilled that milk. It's on me. I'll wipe it up. I'll clean it up. The first thing they want to do is blame somebody else, or blame something else, or blame, anything else but themselves, because we always want to be the best person possible. So we never want to be accountable. But it's funny, in reverse, to be the greatest person, you have to be extra accountable for what you do and what you're trying to do. So if you took a survey of about 1,000 people and you asked them, why are you broke? We'll just take an example here. 1,000 people who are broke. You ask them, why are you broke? The number one response, guaranteed, is going to be, the boss does not pay me enough, or my job does not pay me enough. That's the worst thing possible that they could think of. That's an unorganized thought, meaning the first thing they think about is something external, something outside, something that they can't control. So if you surveyed 1,000 people and you ask them, why are you broke? The first answer that come to their mind is, the boss or the person paying me does not pay me enough, or the job I have is crappy, or whatever reason they want to come up with is not being accountable. It's it's being wary of the thoughts that they're thinking about to be accountable. So if you want to be accountable, if you want to be a person that has a chance for success, you have to understand that in order to organize your thoughts, you have to think of the same way that kids spilt that milk, the same way these people are pointing to somebody else for their, misfortunes in terms of being finances, in terms of being broke or not having enough money. Instead of looking external, you have to look internal. So you have to be wary of the words that you say. A true person who's going to be successful is a person who's going to take into effect the words that they're saying on a daily basis on any question that happens or any issue, situation or any problem that comes up. They're going to point to themselves, good or bad. Anything that good or bad happens, a person who has a chance for success is accountable for every thought, for everything that happens to them. Is they point to themselves. It's on me. It's on me. It's on no one else. It's not on my kid. It's not on my mom. It's not on my dad. It's not on my partner. It's not on anybody else. It's on me. So that's how you start learning that accountability leads to success, because you can't control what your boss pays you. You can't control that. The boss is going to pay you the minimum amount for you to stay in that job. But he's not going to pay you millions of dollars, because guess what's going to happen? He's going to go broke, or you're going to leave that job after you make enough money. So he has to make sure he pays you just enough for you to stay around. Now, whose fault is that? It's not the boss's fault, because he wants you to work. He wants his products to be sold. He wants the service to be serviced to customers, or whatever job you're doing. He wants you there, but he's only going to pay you a certain amount. And that's not his fault. That is your fault. That is on you. That's accountability. Pointing to yourself and saying, listen, I'm in this job. I'm getting paid this much because it's on me. That's how you start learning that the accountability is really on organized thoughts, learning that the thoughts that you should have are about yourself. About yourself. So you have to be wary of the words that you say to yourself whenever an issue, anything good or bad comes up. You have to be wary of the words that you say to yourself, to always be accountable, hold yourself accountable for everything that happens to you. Everything, good or bad, be accountable for it. Anytime you pass blame to someone else, you have no chance to be successful. You have no chance, because that means you're limiting your success to somebody else's actions, somebody else's thoughts, somebody else's pay, somebody else's whatever they're going to give you. You're relying on them. And guess what? You cannot be successful relying on somebody else. No matter what you consider success, you cannot be successful by relying on somebody else. So you have to be self-accountable. You have to account for yourself, for your actions and your thoughts. So if you're relying on somebody else to pay you a lot of money, it's going to be a long time before they pay you that money, even if they ever pay you that much money, because their plans are not for you. Their plans are for themselves. You need to understand that. So if you're getting paid low money, it's not their fault they're paying you low money. It's your fault that you're at that job. It's hard to be accountable. It's hard. It's not by human nature to be accountable. It's really hard. And I learned this by the hard way also, because I used to blame everything on not being successful. I used to blame the government. I used to blame taxes. I used to blame, why these guys taking all this money out of my check? How how am I supposed to be successful if I can't start a business when I have no money? That's not on anybody else but myself. I had to be accountable for myself and say, listen, you know what? It's not on anybody else to pay me big money. It's on myself to go get big money. It's on myself to pay myself big money. It's on myself to go buy a house that I can rent. It's not on anyone else. It's not on the bank to give you the loan. You have to be accountable for your own credit. No one can fix your credit. You can only fix your credit. No one can fix your health. Only you can fix your health. So how to be more accountable? It's actually pretty easy. It's actually really easy. It's really easy to be more accountable. And this is the best way to be successful in terms of anything you want to go after, is you have to be more accountable. But how do you be more accountable? The first thing you need to learn is you need to learn that if anything good or bad happens, it's on you. So don't blame anybody else. That's the first thing. Do not blame anybody else. Do not pass blame on anybody else. That's the first thing on how to be more accountable. Just point everything to yourself. Point everything, good or bad, to yourself. You did it to yourself. You got that raise, or you didn't get that raise. You got that bad job, or you didn't get that bad job. Whatever it is, it's on you. So don't blame anybody else. That's the first thing on how to be accountable. Don't blame anybody else. Don't blame the government. Don't blame Trump. Don't blame the car you drive. Don't blame anything else. Blame yourself. Put it on yourself. Put it on your shoulders. Put it on your business. Put it on your your own thoughts that you messed up. So no one else messed up except yourself. You put yourself in that situation. So understand that it's all on you. So if everything good or bad is on yourself, what happens if somebody else, did something bad to you? It's still on you. It's still on you. It's still on you. So, if you didn't, if you have bad credit, if you have, terrible, if you have, bad finances, it's on you that you didn't go to the Invest in Your Future seminar that's coming up June 30th. Sorry, excuse me, June 30th, 4 to 7, 29 East Street, Winchester, Mass. You didn't sign up for the event, bright.com/invest in your future seminar. If your finances are not in good shape, it's because you didn't sign up for that seminar. You didn't go meet the person that's hosting it and ask them questions that are you struggling with. It's on you. It's not on anyone else. The event is there. I'm putting out a seminar on June 30th. If you decide not to show up and you still broke, that's on you. It's not on anybody else. If you can't afford the $30 for the ticket, it's on you. You don't have enough money to make it. You need to go borrow that money and come to the seminar. But listen, it's all on you. It's all on you. If you want, if you have bad credit, it's not, no one messed up your credit except you. If you're in a bad relationship, no one's in that relationship except you. No one put yourself in that relationship except yourself. So don't blame anybody else. If you have to take ownership, take blame for whatever happens. If you started a business and it didn't work out, it's not on the customers, it's on you. You're not a good businessman. If you borrowed money to somebody and someone borrowed money from you and they didn't pay you back, it's not on them, it's on you. You didn't do enough due diligence on that person to see if they're going to pay you back. It's all on you. If that business partner that you're supposed to start a business with disappeared, is not responding to your texts, is not responding to your calls, or is not responding to whatever you guys are planning on, it's not on them, it's on you. It's on you. You chose the wrong business partner. If you built that website and it's not making money for you, or whatever you're trying to do, and it didn't work out, it's not on anybody else, it's on you. So you need to figure out that everything bad that happens is on you. If you are trying to get better, trying to fix yourself, how do you fix yourself? First thing is learn to be accountable. Learn that there's no solution in passing blame. There's no solution at all. So that's how I became successful is I stopped blaming other people. I stopped blaming the government. I stopped blaming the weather. I stopped blaming, the car that you drive. I stopped blaming the people around me. I stopped pushing outside and putting out unorganized thoughts, and started organizing my own thoughts, and started realizing that, listen, you know what? No matter what I want, no matter what I'm going after, no one's going to get it for me except myself. So I need to organize my thoughts and be accountable for my thoughts. If my thoughts are leading me towards blaming somebody else, there's no way I have a chance for being successful. I have no chance because I'm leaving it to fate. I'm leaving it to somebody else. If you're getting paid low wages, it's not on them, it's on you. You're in that job. You decided to work that job. You don't have enough skills. You don't have enough skills, not them. They hired you to do a specific job. So you're getting paid that specific pay. So you cannot be mad at them for giving you that pay. If you want a raise, go get another job or come learn at the event that we're holding on June 30th, 4 to 7, 29 East Street, Winchester, Mass. Come learn how to invest in yourself, learn how to invest in your future, learn how to fix your credit so you can get more assets, learn how to handle your finances, because it really comes down to you. If the bank cannot give you a loan, it's not on the bank. The bank loans out money. It's on you. You're not in a good situation to get that loan. So you can't blame anybody else. That's the most important thing in terms of accountability, in terms of trying to be successful. If you're pointing every single time, you're pointing out, out. It's on them. It's on my wife. It's on my daughter. It's on my this. It's the car, the house. It's not on that specific thing. It's not that subject. It's not that product. It's not that problem. The problem is yourself. You're not being, first of all, not being accountable. You're not having organized thoughts. Once you start organizing your thoughts, you start realizing, okay, if I need to improve, I need to be accountable for my mistakes. I need to be accountable for even my successes. I need to be accountable for that. So if you want more skills, you need to acquire more skills. If you want to make more money in business, you need to become a business owner. If you want to stop complaining about, I'm not getting enough money in terms of raises, you need to either get more skills or get a better job, or learn from us, learn from people around you that are doing better things, you know? So that's what I suggest is always be accountable. No matter what happens to you, good or bad, be accountable. Do your due diligence in terms of, you want to do business partners, you want to get, in relationships with people, do your research, do your due diligence. So that way you put yourself in an organized situation, organize your thoughts and say, this is the best situation I could put myself in. But if you're just doing random things, not organizing your thoughts, not being accountable for your actions, then you have no chance. Because every single time something happens, you're going to point to something else, somebody else. Oh, this happened because something else happened. No, it happened because you decided to do that. If you want, major goals to happen, major things to happen, how is somebody else going to help you do that? How? It's impossible, because they don't want the same goals as you. They don't want the same, same money as you. They don't want the same business as you. They don't want the same relationship as you. So you need to get better at learning how to be accountable for not only your thoughts, not having just organized thoughts, but having organized actions that can lead you to something that you want. Now, if you want to come to the seminar, you need to come up with $30. You need to come up with $30 to come to my event. Now, is $30 a lot of money? No, it's not a lot of money. You can find that money. You gotta have at least 4 or 5 weeks to come up with $30. That's like $5 a day, maybe less. That's on you. If you do not come up with the $30 to come to my event, and you don't learn something, and you don't come to the event, that means you're not going to learn something. Guess what? When something bad happens, you cannot blame me for not having the money to come to the event. That's on you. So take $30, put it, into a safe, whatever, and go online and go to Eventbrite and sign up for the seminar. Trust me, you're going to learn a lot. I'm going to teach you everything I possibly can in terms of how I became successful. But if you don't have the money, we can do payment plans. If you're having issues, we can figure out ways. Just the whole thing is learning how to be accountable, learning to self-sustain, learning how to put it all on your shoulders. Don't let anybody else dictate your success. Do not let anybody else dictate your success. It's the worst thing possible. If you allow blame to happen every single time, you have no chance for success. You have no chance. I guarantee it. If I want to start a company like I did, I can't blame somebody else for not starting the company. It's my company. It's my company. So how am I going to blame somebody else for not starting my company? If you want to, buy a house, you can't wait for somebody else to buy the house for you. It's your house. How are you going to wait for somebody else to buy your house? So same thing with any other issues, any other problems. How are you going to blame somebody else for your problems or your issues? Learn to be accountable. Learn to hold yourself at a higher standards in terms of accountability. Learn how to make sure that however hard it is, it's on you. It's all on you. Everything is on you. No matter how good or bad, it's all on you. So do not let anybody else dictate your chance of being successful by not being accountable. Be accountable. Come to the event. Reach out to us. Reach out to us. We'd love to meet you. We'd love to, interact with you. And I'd love to interact with you and help you with the issues. That's why we put out these podcasts. That's why we put out these YouTubes and put out these Instagram lives, because we want to make sure that people get the information. If you don't have the information or you're having issues, reach out to us. And I appreciate you guys for joining me for another episode of Invest in Your Future. If you haven't heard about the event, it's eventbrite.com/investinyourfuture.com, 0 to millions in assets. That's the event. If you want to cash up, 617-899-7498. Or if you want to come straight to the event, it's 29 East Street, Winchester, Massachusetts. It's a Sunday, June 30th, 4 p.m. till 7 p.m. I can't wait to see you guys there. And I can't wait to see that you're accountable for your actions by showing up to that event. Until next time, guys, I appreciate you guys, and I'll see you next time.